Hello, Mom and Oscar. And where is here? Let's see. A nice night here. Let's see, South Minnesota. Okay. How long have you and Carolyn been together? Let's see. I guess what, 5 years? Wow. Yeah, just over 5 years. We don't celebrate anniversaries. We celebrate each other's birthday by going out to Red Lobster. Well, we don't even do that anymore. But Carolyn is not a big type of person to celebrate, so which is a big change from what I'm used to. Hello, Harry. Good to see you. I guess everybody can hear me. Fine as frog hair. Hello, Mary. Good to see you. And Coley and Tim and Christine. Hello, Stephanie. All right. Well, I guess notifications have not went out yet. We're not been doing much. We've been just trying to beat the heat. Hello, Briar Rose. Notifications just came. Okay. Well, then, Bob. Well, we'll see what happens. Bob might still be on, and if he's still on, well, then we'll have to wait for him to get off. Looks like it's growing pretty quickly, though. Casey from Casey, good to see you. And Jamie, good to see you. So we've been in Utah, and we've been trying to beat the heat. The heat is a little bit hotter than average, so once again my research has failed me. I was 90 to 95 degree temperatures. And for the first 5 days, yeah, Bob's probably still on. I checked him just a few minutes ago. He was still on. And so the first 5 days, we got up to 105, 106, 108 degrees. But it cooled off the last 2 days. We're back down in the 90s, and it's much more tolerable. But it sure did make us consume a lot of water. We went through 40 gallons in 10 days. Yeah, I guess 10 days, 9 days, I don't know. So we're gonna have to go get water tomorrow. But fortunately, town is pretty close. Town is only 2 miles away. I mean, we're out here in this BLM. Everybody talks about go out in the BLM and you'll be lost forever. There's a town right there. Carolyn and I almost walked to it the other day. It got too late and got too dark, so we turned around. But so fortunately we're close to water, so we'll go get some water tomorrow and come back. Yeah, Bob can talk. Hello, B Beach, good to see you. And Judy, good to see you. Cooled off into the 90s. That's hot. Well, yeah, I mean, look, it's just the reality. I mean, it's all. I mean, I looked around and everybody's going four-wheeling. I looked around and we can go up an elevation to the next campground that I already had scheduled. But if I go there, then again, I'm going to be 2 weeks ahead. So Carolyn and I said, look, we're just going to tough this out. I mean, really, you can't avoid the heat. It's been hot everywhere. So we've had a really good summer. We've been in the 70s most of the summer. And so now we're just going to have to spend 2 weeks in the heat. No big deal. It's only 2 weeks. It's not the entire summer. So hope you can stay hydrated. It's been tough. I mean, like I said, we went through 40 gallons pretty quick. So, I mean, we've been just drinking away. We got powdered Gatorade. So we have a bottle of powdered Gatorade every day, maybe 2 bottles sometimes. Lockup says, hey, Rob, well, we finally got the house sold. Hey, congratulations. And we're full-time. Not as easy as you think, but that's some of the vids you helped out with. Yeah, not quite as easy as it's all made out to be. I mean, Bob's over there on the other live feed telling everybody how easy it is. Come on out here, you're going to love it. Well, it's 95 degrees, 96 degrees, so make sure you got plenty of water. Howdy, Taz from Oregon. Good to see you. And Dandy Dan, good to see you. It looks like a place that snakes might love. I haven't seen one. I looked at 2 different campgrounds before we came here, and mentally I got them mixed up in my head. But one of them said the snakes were out every day. It must have been the other one because we haven't seen any here. We've seen a lot of lizards, and they startle you pretty quick. But yeah, you would think there were some snakes here, but there's just not. So It's not like it's cold here. It's pretty hot. You'd think they'd enjoy it, but I keep an eye out for them. Hello, Jerry. Good to see you. It looks like a desert behind you. I'd never seen one. Well, it's just a stopover. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not the famous desert. This is this BLM is just 2.5 miles wide by 4 miles long. I think it's very small. Designated camp spots with fire rings. But this is behind me is the Zion National Park. Well, actually, it's kind of like it circles around. It's 15 miles. The Zion National Park is 15 miles. But 4,000 people a day go to it, so I'm not interested in going. I'll just look at it from down here. But anyway, it's just 2 weeks. So, and then we'll get on back into the forest. We'll be in the forest. There's a forest right next to us that we're going to go to, and it's up in elevation and about 10 degrees cooler than it is here. So much better. Be in the 80s. Fortunately, water is much easier to get now. Yeah, I mean, it's just down the road. We found a new app called Overlander. Yeah, Overlander, that's what it is. And there's a truckers app, but it was specific to truckers. It really didn't help out RVers that much. I mean, RVers used it, but now there's this Overlander, and it tells you where water is and dump stations, and it's great. So, but there's like 3 or 4 places we can get water here. Today, 72, was in the 90s. Might get some rain. They found the bodies of the 2 fugitives that killed the van dwelling couple. Oh, that's great news to hear. Yeah, that was a sad story. Terrible story. Bob is taking solar on his stream. Oh, talking solar. Oh, that's all he talks about is solar. Yeah, I mean, I could have solar. Here's the thing about solar. Here I am. Bob's over there trying to sell it, and I'm trying to discourage. Yeah, solar would be great here. We've been here 2 weeks, and man, I would not have to have ran the generator at all, I'm sure. But this is the first time in our adventure in 2 years that I could have made that statement, where solar would have been the best thing to have. Everywhere else, it would have just been terrible. So to have a $200, $300, $1,000 investment, whatever you want to spend on solar, for 2 weeks doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, it's like getting an air conditioner. Carolyn and I said, Carolyn and I was talking, should we get an air conditioner? And she said, for 2 weeks? So, yeah, I mean, it's just a waste of money. Just check your undercar for snakes. Yeah, I know, you're right. Trust me, I know all about snakes. If you see lizards, snakes are out. Oh, yeah, I know. I mean, I've walked through here, and I haven't seen any, so you would think they would let you know. I'm sure there are rattlesnakes out here. I'm sure there are. Hello, Rob. Can we get a wave from Carolyn? Nah, probably not. Carolyn, you want to give a wave? I don't know. That wave is my new thing. It's what we want. Yeah, well, just to let everybody know again, I mean, it's been a long time since I said this. Carolyn said I could do a YouTube channel 2 years ago. But as long as she didn't have to participate in it, and it seemed like a good deal to me, so I've never made her. She's got terrible social anxiety, and I don't make her do it. And if it hurts the channel, it hurts the channel. I know it does hurt the channel. I'm well aware it hurts the channel, but that's all right by me. She lets me do it. Hey, Judy, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Can everybody please give a shout out to Judy for me? Stay cool out there. Oh, we're doing our best. I mean, like I said, it got up in the hundreds, and now it's down in the 90s. It's much more tolerable. And we got this tarp here. I put a tarp here. And so we sit under the tarp. So it's all working out pretty good. JB, get a Jeep and get waves all the time. That's true. Yeah, hot that Overlander app. Yeah, the Overlander. It's new, so there's not a lot of people, not a lot of places on it yet. But as it matures, it's going to be a great app. Hello, Dan. Good to see you. And Terry, good to see you. Eileen Beyer, good to see you. I got plenty of waves back when I was riding. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. It's been a while. Jamie says, "Hey, Rob, you might have made a video out, but was wondering what is your camper made of?" Well, yeah, there's lots of videos on it. Okay, so it's made out of 2x2s for the frame, and then we have Luan. That was the original skin, the outer skin. We used Luan, and we painted it with a roofing sealant. But the roofing sealant bubbled up around all the little staples in the wintertime. So then we used plastic called Luan, and we're using it like a siding. And that stuff has been fantastic. I mean, it has not even acted like it's going to mess up. So even if it messes up, I mean, they're $20 a sheet. I can rip the sheet off, put a new one on. I mean, it's plastic, and it's Luan. They make yard signs out of it. So it's supposed to be UV proof or whatever. Works great. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything better. I think solar is good, but you also need a generator for backup. Yeah, I had solar on my house. I hated it. It was just too much work. So I just don't feel like I need it. Because if you put it on the roof, then you have to move the truck into the sun, and then what's the point of being underneath in a shade tree? And if you have one of those you can move around, well, then you're outside all day moving around solar panels and not enjoying the nature. So with the generator, I got unlimited power. Unlimited. I mean, I got all the power I want. And with this new generator, it uses 5 gallons of gas in about 13 days. Running it about 8 hours a day. So, I mean, it sips gas. So, I mean, what am I going to spend? $30 a month in gasoline, if that, maybe 25. So, I'm not going to get solar. Solar's just too much work. It's just you're constantly stressed out about solar. And so I'm just not going to get it. I've been doing this 2 years, never even considered needing it. I'm very happy with what I got. Never had a problem. If the generator doesn't start, I start the truck up and I charge batteries that way. So solar is just too much work for me. Carolyn's even more frugal than you. Yes, she is. I'm running out, letting others wrenches know. Okay, thanks, Stephanie. Watch the critters that like to chew on your wires. Oh, well, we already had that, Taz. I got a video. They chewed up my coil wire, so I was lost a cylinder. I had to tape that out in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, go back, 2 weeks ago. And I use cayenne pepper, and I just made a video on that. I bought some LED lights, and I've hardwired that inside the engine, so every night I just flip a switch, lights come on underneath the engine. I powder it down with cayenne pepper. Got a mouse trap underneath there, so if they come back, well, they're not going to come back, not with the cayenne. Everything I read says cayenne is going to keep everything away. The Southwest is good for solar because of all the sunlight. In the Northeast, you will want a generator because that's not much sun. I live in the North, in New Hampshire, in November. Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's where we've been for 2 years. Like I said, we're going to be here for 2 weeks. 2 weeks out of 2 years. But anyway, yeah, I mean, 2 weeks out of 2 years, solar just wasn't worth it for us. Man, boy, you couldn't be further from the truth. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do about trolls. I mean, it's even talking about trolls, even answering your question or replying to your comment about trolls will bring out the trolls. The trolls just wait for that opportunity where they think that I'm going to give them a little bit of recognition, and they just go ballistic. I haven't talked about trolls in almost 3 months, and they're starting to go away now. But they'll be back now. They'll see this live feed, and they'll be back. As a matter of fact, there are several channels that have derogatory names about me and Carolyn. Rob and Carolyn's whatever, and little E, whatever. And so they go on other live feeds and troll us. So, I mean, they just, oh my gosh. I've actually done a lot of research on trolls. And they actually are fairly mentally ill people. Most of them are sociopaths. They get pleasure in life, giving other people displeasure. And so social media really gives them an opportunity to do that because they don't even have to expose their face. They don't have to give out their true identity. And YouTube's even worse than Facebook. At least Facebook, you know, you can only have one account according to the rules of Facebook. But on YouTube, you can have thousands of accounts. So they just go from one account to another, and they create this imaginary fictional person in their head, and they become this person. It's really fascinating to read about the psychology of trolls. Did you get that tart from John? Yeah, John sold that to me, yeah. Where's John? He'd be very proud. Are there any campers near you? Now, this is a BLM, and from all the people that told me the BLMs, you could just park anywhere. You cannot park anywhere. You have to park in the designated camp areas in the BLM. So I was really disappointed by that. But no, there's designated camping spots all over the place. You probably can see one right there, way over there. The closest designated camping spot's over this hill, and I don't think anybody's there. Is the app Overlander? I don't know about the I, but Overlander is what I recall it being called. Carolyn, it's Overlander, right? I guess she can't hear me. Oh, she's probably got her earbuds in. Tulane Hobo, wow, good to see you. Wow, been a few weeks. Only use solar to dry the clothes. Yeah, solar and wind, that's what we do. Yeah, we hang them up and they dry out real quick. Hi, Connie, good to see you. Do you miss your sub days? Do you think because you were on a sub, you can live in a camper? Do I miss my sub days? No, I don't miss my sub days. I've had a good life outside the submarine. I had a good life on the submarine, but I've always looked at it that way. The submarine life just gave me a push in the right direction in life. So I look at my sub days as a fond life. Do you think? No, submarine had nothing to do with my ability to sleep in a camper. My psychology does, and I'll explain. When you go on a submarine, they do a regular psychological test to make sure that you're mentally the type that can handle those kind of places. So I suspect that I've always been the type of person who likes small spots. I mean, I made a video about this a while back. You know, when I was a kid, I'd love to hide in the closet with a little flashlight and, you know, play with my Hot Wheels or read a book or whatever. That's just kind of where I like to hang out, is tight, dark places. And I know it sounds weird, but apparently that's what makes a good submariner. I don't know. Hi, Ron, Carolyn, been a minute. Hey, Meandering Meerkat. Wow, good to see you too. Everybody's coming back from summer break, I guess. Look at that, 71 people here. Can you put the pepper on the ground? I suppose you could. I mean, you can put it anywhere you want. Hello, Stubby Peeps. Yes, the app is iOverlander. Oh, well, that's a bummer. I've been saying it wrong. Made a video on it today, so I'll have to correct it. I'm glad you said cayenne pepper. You know, iOverlander, I mean, that might be true, iOverlander. But I looked it up this morning before I made my video, and it said Overlander. I wonder, I mean, I looked at the app. I'll have to look at it again. That's a bummer. I'm glad you said cayenne pepper again. I forgot to write it down and was trying to remember what it was. Yeah, cayenne pepper. Bring out the trolls like bring out the clowns. No, the trolls are terrible. I mean, I had no idea there were that many people in the world that are that obsessive. I mean, that there is just true hate in their veins. And I can't imagine what it is I've done in life. You know, it took me a long time. And just recently, you know, I've been studying up on these people and trying to understand what makes them tick. And I just could not imagine. What is it that makes them hate me so much? If they don't like my videos, why do they watch? Why do they come in and give me a hard time? Why? What does it do? And quite honestly, it gives them pleasure. It gives them a little dopamine push. Most of them have some sort of addiction issues. So they just can't get along in life, and the only pleasure they get out of life is trying to make someone else miserable. So now that I look at it in a different aspect, I just moving on. Trolls are like roaches. They run and hide when they see the light shined on them. Yeah, not much. I'll beat the trolls with my wrench, fear not. That's the funny thing is every time I get done with a live feed, I go over to the blocked. I can go over and look at who's been blocked, and the list just grows and grows and grows after every live feed. Trolls on the internet, keyboard warriors. Thanks, Jeepster. Thanks, Jeepster. Downloading now. Good night, Terry. Mayhem, South Dakota good. I have been, but not used yet. I made my first step today towards becoming one of the Nomad types. I went shopping for a truck. Them things are expensive. Yes, they are. I was a little bit sticker shocked when I bought ours. The last Colorado I spent $13,000 on. That was in 2007. And then when I got this one, it was like 26. So yeah, the prices went up quite a bit from 2007 to 2015. Good. They have to be in designated spots. That means they aren't next to you. Yeah, exactly. Yep. I must be getting old. It seems there's more mentally ill people. Is it Overlander? I don't know. I'm going to have to look again because what I looked at this morning was Overlander. So, I just don't know the answer to your question. If I have messed up, then I've messed up an entire video. So I'm going to have to flash the proper spelling every time I... Yep, Rob's always been a lover of small places. Did you choose submarine service or did you get assigned to it? I was offered submarine service. I guess it was kind of a recommendation. I was at the MEP station. At the MEP station. I guess, you get recruited, then you go to MEP station and they do the evaluation. I'm trying to remember back, my goodness. And so, but I do remember... they offered, they gave me a West Coast guarantee, where you can go, and I said, I really enjoyed West Coast. It's a great beach life. So they gave me a West Coast guarantee, which that was stupid. It really didn't matter. And then they, gave me some options, and they said, we think that you would be really, you would fit well on a submarine. You don't have to go on a submarine, but it's a voluntary service. And I said, yeah, that sounds great. That sounds like the perfect thing. Hello, Bud. Good to see you. Missing 911 video about the National Forest freaks me out. What do you think? Well, actually, it's missing 411, I think. 411, 411 people. I don't know. My video that I made about it, I specifically just talked about people getting lost and how easy it is to get lost in the forest. Yes, there's an app, Overlander, and it's spelled just like that. Haters are going to hate. Bob does make it sound simple. Glad you show the truth of this lifestyle. Well, thank you very much, Jamie. I really do appreciate it. Those missing people vids are very cool. Come on out. It's great out here. Let's see. Oops, start a GoFundMe for the latest moron that thought they couldn't just go out there. Yeah. Check Messenger. I put a pic of an app. I have said Overlander. Okay. Hello, Rope. Good to see you. How about $100,000 Chevy? No way. They suggested subs to you due to your size. No. Actually, no. I was on the largest submarine there was. It was at the time it was the largest. It was the Trident class. So it had vertical nuclear missile launchers. So there was no size restrictions on the Trident class. No, I knew a guy was probably almost 7 feet tall. I can't think of his name. But anyway, size isn't it. It was psychology. They run a battery of psychological tests. You're always sitting down on off crew and just those little tests you have to fill in the circles. You were just constantly doing those. Constantly. What do you think of violent movies? And what do you think of just on and on and on. Actually, the only people that did not need psychological tests on a submarine was the people who were nuclear qualified. And in order to get through nuke school, that was a terrible thing. And the only fight that we ever had on a submarine was between two people. And so let me the folks who were nuclear qualified did not have to take the psychological test because they couldn't afford to keep people off the submarine who were nuclear qualified. There just wasn't enough they call them nukes. And so anyway, the only people that ever got in a fight were that were nuclear qualified. They just broke one day. Hello, Brenda. Good to see you from Franklin, Pennsylvania, and good to see you, Sally, from Illinois. Did the cops find the animal that killed those two kids yet? I don't know. I mean, somebody just said a few minutes ago that they did. Can you say what your job was on a submarine? I was a machinist mate, forward of the nuclear reactor. I don't know why they say forward of the nuclear reactor, because we had a lot of equipment aft of the nuclear reactor too. We had hydraulics, so I don't know why they always said forward. A lot of our equipment was forward of the nuclear reactor, but so we worked on the emergency diesel generator, hydraulics, plumbing, refrigeration, oxygen, carbon dioxide. All the things that kept the submarine going, we were responsible for. So there's two types of machinist mates, though. There was the non-nuclear and the nuclear, and I was non-nuclear. That's why they said forward of the reactor, because guys after the reactor were the guys who were nuclear qualified. I read they found them dead on the RVer bank. That's where all the little people go, is the subs. Brian, yes, they found the bodies in Canada. Wow, it's windy there. Yeah, it wasn't not as near as bad as it has been. My tarp has flown away twice. Yes, Jerry, but he's tall. I had to bend halfway down to get through the doors. Guy, I said he's about 7 feet. Guy 7 feet had to be called shorty. Yeah, that's probably true. Was that Area 51 storming supposed to happen today? No, it's in September. I think like September 12th or something. I used to work for the nuke training place in New York. Oh, really? That's cool. I went in a decommissioned sub and seen the bunk area. That was enough for me. Well, on a Trident submarine, I mean, they were small. I mean, they're like little coffins. But the bunk rooms had 9 people, 9 bunks per. So they were stacked 3 high, 3 different sections in each bunk room. Silverado, I have my eye on at the moment is a 35K. I think I can talk them down a bit. Hello, Molly. When I was in 4th grade, I got on a World War II sub at Key West when they had the base there in the 50s. Oh, that would be cool. Cernus. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Always good to see another bubblehead. Good to see you, shipmate. Thanks for your service. Well, you're welcome, but there's others that did more. Come back to South Dakota, Rob. The Sturgis rally will end on Sunday. Yeah, well, we're gonna be starting to head south. We're gonna stay in Utah through August, and then we're gonna go down to. Yeah, I think we're gonna go down towards. Why can I not think of that? Coconino National Forest. It's pretty cool down there. I think it's down in the 70s down there. So we're gonna stay there for a couple weeks. So we'll finish out August in Utah, go down to Coconino, go back into South Carolina, New Mexico, and then into Texas. And we'll spend our winter in Texas. The only thing the stormers are going to storm is a beer cooler. Yeah. Where do you cayenne pepper? Do you sprinkle around or? Yeah, I just sprinkled all over the top of the engine. I mean, just everywhere. I took the shroud off because that's where they got in. There's a shroud on top of the engine now. And I don't know how many cars do that, but my car had a shroud on it, so I take the shroud off. And I peppered it around the wires and the coils and everything. I put the shroud back on, and I peppered around the shroud. Anywhere there's a wire, I peppered. But yeah, just everywhere. I mean, I just sprinkled around. Up to 83 people on this live chat. Yeah, check that out. 90, 87, one of my favorite forests. Yeah, Coconino. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Storm Area 51, the military doesn't play out there, so if they do the process of natural selection, will definitely be in play. Sad you said South Carolina. You're welcome anytime. See, you said South Carolina. Oh, did I say South Carolina? I meant South Dakota. Or New Mexico, yeah. Oh, we'll get back out to South Carolina. I'm sure we will. I haven't seen an MSRP around here for under 45. Whew. That's crazy. Going back to all those free city parks in Texas. Yeah, we're going to try to... We're going to see if we can circle around that, shut off the water, and then we'll just go on down to... well, south of Houston, and then south of, Dallas, and then we'll go on down to Houston and down along the coast. How long does a submarine commonly stay stay submerged while away from port? Well, it depends on what kind you're in. I was on a Trident, so they went out for 3 months at a time, and then there was two crews. There was a gold crew and a blue crew. I was on the gold crew. And so gold crew would go out for 3 months, come back. Both crews would come in, fix the boat up, and then the blue crew would go out. So you got 3 months off time. It wasn't really off time. I mean, it was training time is what they called it. So you came in, done all kind of training. But, I mean, you got to spend 3 months at home, going home each night, and then you go back out to sea. Now, on a fast boat, they were out all the time, doing mini ops, 2-week mini ops, and then they go out for 6 months. I mean, it was just one crew, and those fast boats are always out. I was never on a fast boat. Good evening, Mr. Child Grown Old. I look for you when you get to Texas. Have a couple of places will enjoy. Well, thank you very much, Tulane. Yeah, we're going to head back there. We'll be back there probably in October. Like I said, we're going to, if you circle around Lubbock, you got all those free campsites with free electric. So we're going to try to swing around that twice. And I figured it all out. And, it's just over a month. So if you go to each one, it's over a month. There's one in New Mexico. So you actually got to go into New Mexico on one of them. Padre Island, too. Well, Padre Island is a little iffy to me. I'm not understanding it. One of them is Padre Island. One of them is a state park. So you got to pay to go in there. But then the other one that looks free seems to me that it floods out all the time. So you'd only get to stay out there for a day or two, and then you have to leave. So I need to do some more research on that and understand that better. Happy Wednesday for Sheboygan, Wisconsin. Sheboygan. Well, hello. Good to see you. It's a shame that who decided to put up his live feed is against yours. Is he still on? Yeah, that is. I mean, I knew I got chewed out my last live feed. That's not why he did it. He needed more views. So he switched it from Sundays. Well, I mean, I've been doing Wednesdays a lot longer than anybody else has been doing live feeds, even longer than him. I've been doing live feeds for over 2 years now. What's the longest amount of time submerged that you spent? 3 months. Yeah, my very first patrol, we actually stayed out the entire time underwater. After that, we didn't stay under the whole time. We surfaced quite a bit. We went to San Diego and Hawaii a couple times, Georgia, Florida. Are you coming down to Corpus Christi? I don't know. I don't know the specific city names. I know I'm going to Houston and just south of Fort Worth. Or is it North Fort? Yeah, just south of Fort Worth. And Lubbock, I know that for sure. When on leave, did you have to be careful because of security? When on leave, did you have to be careful because of security? Not sure I understand that question. I mean, security. What kind of security? I'm not sure I understand. Hello, no fences. Will you be going back to places with the dam in Texas? Yeah, we'll be there for 2 weeks. Yeah, I heard that several subscribers came back recently and said that I redeemed myself from those horrible videos at the dam when we went to the Grand Canyon. So they left me, and now they're back. I'm currently driving a 2000. Oh, okay, you guys are talking about the truck. I could take maybe a week submerged. I'm all caught up. Look at that. I made it all the way to the bottom of the feed. We still have 25 minutes. Now what are we going to talk about? Is Bob still on? Did anybody ever answer that? Does anybody know if Bob is still on? Yay, caught up. Yeah, well, so like I said, tomorrow. Sorry, I missed where you were at now, Rob. All caught up, man. You messed up, huh? Yeah, I did. Okay, now you guys are starting it out. Good job. Well then, hello from Vegas. Hello, Deb. How are you? Good to see you. What's those damn videos were great. What? Oh, what? Those damn videos were great. I love the dam, but of course, once again, it's my personality. That's an engineering marvel to me. I'm just fascinated by those kind of things. But apparently a lot of people didn't like them. Why you change your intro to your YouTube videos? Because one of the YouTube experts said that I need to give the viewer a reason to want to subscribe. So I listened to the old one. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, click subscribe. Well, why would anybody want to follow my adventure? They don't have a reason to follow. They don't know anything about me. So why would they want to click subscribe? They don't know. So they got to watch the entire video. Well, at the end of the video, I don't say click subscribe again. So it's not, so they don't remember to subscribe because they're not sure if they want to. But in this new intro, I said, if you want to learn the good, the bad, and the reality of the nomadic lifestyle, click subscribe. Well, now there's a reason to subscribe. Oh, well, yes, I do want to learn the good and the bad and the reality. So that's the reason we changed it, is because a YouTube expert told us that you have to give a new viewer a reason to want to subscribe. So that's what I did. Oops. Who cares if Bubba's still on? Well, I do, because he takes viewers away from me. Yeah, I mean, it's been quite noticeable, too. I mean, it used to be, if Harry is still here, you can ask Harry. It used to be that we'd get over to 100 viewers pretty quick, and we haven't hit over 100 yet. We've been, what, at 90? 95, I think, is the highest we got. And so as soon as he started doing Wednesday live feeds, my views dropped dramatically on live feeds. So it's a disappointment, and one that, Carolyn and I have been talking about. Are we going to change the dates? The reason we picked Wednesdays is because views are always down on Wednesdays anyways. And this, like I said, was over 2 years ago. So views have always been down on Wednesdays. People go to church and different things. So to pick up our views, we thought, well, let's do a live feed on Wednesdays. It's a good day to do it. We'll get some extra, we can equal out our views. Let's say I get 7,000 views on Tuesday and I get 7,000 views on Thursday. Well, I get about 5,000 views on Wednesday. So when I do a live feed, then I get 7,000 views. So every day of the week, I get 7,000 views, and it's perfect. Well, now that Bob is doing live feeds on Wednesdays, I'm losing those views. So what's the point of doing it? Why not just do, let's say, a live feed on Thursday and get 9,000 views? So that would work, that evens everything out that way. So we're figuring out what we want to do. I'm watching the analytics and see how bad the damage has been. Did you ever have to talk anybody down from underwater from so long? Talk anybody down from being underwater? No, I don't. No, I can't say I did. Does your camper have much condensation? I mean, during the winter, check out those videos in the winter. No, my camper doesn't have any condensation now. We insulated with white styrofoam, 3/4 inch styrofoam. In the nose of it, the cab over, I didn't insulate. originally. And so every morning, there'd be a ton of condensation there. Everybody's going to say it's propane. This is a long story because propane does not cause condensation. You got to go back and watch those videos. Propane produces moisture, but not enough to have a rainforest. For every pound of propane you burn, I think it's 1.5 pounds of water that it produces. Well, you don't burn 1 pound of propane in 2 minutes. But you turn on the heater and almost instantly you just have this rainforest of water. Well, when I put the insulation up there, I mean, I've never had another condensation problem. So no, insulation is pretty important to reduce condensation because you don't have that cold and hot hitting each other. Bob's still selling propane heaters. Man, he holds a long life heat. How long can you stay at this blog spot area? I can stay here 2 weeks in the BLM. And then you got to move 35 miles. But this BLM is only 4 miles wide, long by 2 miles wide. So you can't stay in the same BLM. You got to go to another spot, or there's a national forest that we're going to go to. Love your channel. Bob ended. Yeah, I can tell the videos are going up, Deb. Thank you. Good to change up your video every once in a while. Yeah, I think every now and then you need to change it up, especially when you learn something new. I mean, if you learn something new and you decide, I like what I got, you know, that's just a sign of, what do they call it? Crazy. Keep doing the same thing over and over again, expect different results. So, you know, do this, maybe I'll get different results. Bob is not on. His show should be called Cheap RV Line. What I meant was because you work on a nuclear submarine, someone could try to get secrets out of you. Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I had a secret clearance. There's 3 levels: confidential, secret, and top secret. And I mean, I never had an issue with that. I mean, it's just like any other. It's just like any other military. I mean, you're trained not to give away secrets, and if you do, it's your fault, not the bad guy. I like ugly better than reality. Just my 2 cents. Oh, ugly. Well, yeah, but I tell you, it goes back to the troll behavior. I think that is one of the reasons why the trolls have taken such a liking of hating me, is because they think I'm negative. So I thought, you know, good, which is positive, negative, which is negative, and then the reality. By the way, your last video was great. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. What, today's video or yesterday's video? Because I didn't think today's video was all that great. You know, it just talked about my personal history. Yesterday's video was about following your dream. What is your dream? I've had some unusual problems. Broken timing chain, about 100K, alternator 70, rudders, nothing too bad. Don't fret, they will get bored with him soon enough. I think in summer, and people are on vacation or outside having fun, he's off. Your numbers hasn't gone down. It's the Wednesday number that went down. So, yeah, I mean, I know that overall my channel has went down in numbers. Let's see, in May I was getting 200,000 views per month. Now I'm down to 150,000 views per month. So, I mean, I know the summertime took away 50,000 views, but it's the Wednesday that has taken such a hit. So, I mean, that's just sinking me even further down. It's hard to explain, I guess. But yeah, I think the views are coming back up. The video I did about the couple that were killed, it seems to be doing pretty well. I mean, so it's sad that a video like that is the one that takes off. I mean, actually YouTube rejected it 3 times. I uploaded it, they rejected it, so I edited it some more, uploaded it, rejected it, edited it some more, uploaded it. They didn't reject it, so I thought, wait a minute, maybe if I put this word here and this word here, and so I took it down again, edited it again, uploaded it, and they kept it. But I mean, you can tell that video was butchered. And I didn't think it would do very well. So I didn't care about how butchered it was. I really didn't. I figured I'd get my standard 2,000 views and be done. But man, it really took off. So you must have good internet having a conversation on Facebook with your little woman at the same time. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Yeah, we get about 20 megabytes download speed. I mean, it's super duper fast. Mom says she's got to leave. All right, Mom, see you later. Talk to you later. Have a good one. Leave it on Wednesday. Well, I mean, I would like to. I really would. I just need to figure out how bad Bob is hammering me here. I mean, whether he's doing it on purpose or not, I am taking a pretty significant beating from him. And these things are hard to arrange anyways. I mean, you know, we wanted to leave today because we ran out of water today. But we couldn't because we had to do the live feed. So, you know, so, and the other thing is, I like it on Wednesdays because we never move on Wednesday. We always leave on a Tuesday or a Thursday because then there's nobody at these campgrounds. So Wednesday, I mean, just everything worked out with Wednesday. But I think, depending on how much longer he's going to do these 2-hour live feeds, I might have to do something different. I don't watch anymore, did a year ago, but I only have an elite few I sub to. He's not one. Well, thank you very much. I'll take that as a compliment that I'm one of those. Hello, Molly. Let's see. Oh, everybody's saying Mom. Okay, what's up, man? I am a new and like your videos. Well, thank you very much, The Shape. Good to see you. When the sub was surfaced, did each person get their own beach chair, or did you have to take turns on deck? You know, when we went through the Panama Canal, you know, I guess everybody thought they were going to get to go topside and look, but we didn't. So no, we didn't. I was not on like one of these submarine movie ones. I was just in a tube for 3 months at a time. When I was in the Navy, the Cold War was still going on, so our missiles were always pointed towards Russia. So, you didn't want to be spotted. You don't want to come to surface, so the Russians say, hey, what's that submarine doing over there? Hey, Rob, did you have to buy a Wi-Fi booster for your jetpack since you got it? No, I haven't. No, it's done really well. I made a video about boosters. I don't think they're necessary. It's not a signal issue. It's a usage issue. How many people are on that tower is what the problem is. I can live live through your videos. I can never do it. Oh, thank you. Back to the internet. Look, if right now we have 20 megabytes, but if all of a sudden 50 people showed up, 100 people showed up, and everybody had Verizon, and everybody got on the internet and started watching Netflix, all of a sudden, all of us would have 1 megabyte. And you can hear this, they talk about this all the time at the RTR. Internet speed slows down to zilch in Quartzsite because everybody's got Verizon. I've seen a lot of those cognitive dissonance lately. Yeah, once you know what the name of that is, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, I just got a comment today. What was it? I watched Bob's videos and then I watched your videos, and I bet reality is somewhere in between. And I'm thinking, really? Reality is somewhere in between? You're still not convinced that it rains or it gets hot. That Bob's saying it's all sunshine and rainbows, and I'm saying it's 96 degrees today. But the reality is probably more like 85, I guess, is what he's saying. I don't know. I mean, if you look at the links below of my video, you do not see any Amazon links. You look below Bob's and you see Amazon links. I mean, I just don't understand why we're convinced that this is better than what I'm saying. Yesterday's why you will never be a nomad. Oh yeah, I like that video too. I found you through Missing 411 and think you made a great observation. Well, thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. I watch a lot of different channels, try not to play one against the other. There's plenty of viewers for all. I don't understand why one tries to take from the other. like I said, I don't know if he's trying to take from me. I don't have any idea. I just know the reality is it does. It does take a lot of views away from me. Why do you never be a nomad is why I dig Rob's channel. He's got me to chill and think about things through. Oh, that's great. Thank you very much, JB. I do appreciate that. Any video that has the M word, I can't say the M word. YouTube does not allow it. Will do much better. It's a shame, but true. Yes, it is. I'm going the shape. You're not in trouble or anything, but I'm going to remove that comment because I'm not allowed to use it. I'm not allowed to use that word. They actually had a Congress meeting about YouTube. YouTube had to go to Congress, and they asked about the 10 Commandments and why they took down one of the YouTubers' video on the 10 Commandments, and they said because it has that M word in it. I'm a small channel, but do well as far as views on my size. Love your YouTube. It's a shame people get killed like that. Why can't they all get along? That's probably the Bob in the van behind you. Actually, that's a Class B. That's how far away he is. Smash the like button. Yes, sir. Been with you since the fire. Love your info. Well, thank you very much. I never watched Bob or Little House. No way. I'd never watched Bob over Little House. Well, thank you very much, Lisa. I do appreciate it. Lisa, quick, throw a wrench at him. Well, yeah, you know, Lisa doesn't actually know anything about the M word. I just learned about it myself. When I made the video, that's the reason I had to edit that video so much about the couple that was killed. I used the M word, and he got rejected, so I had to take that out. In my original edit, I beeped it. Beep, beep. Well, YouTube still understood what I was trying to say, and so they declined it again. So I literally just had to cut major pieces out of the video, and it brought it down to like 5 minutes or something, a 5-minute video. So then I put some scenic pictures in there, and people just skipped over that. Little House rules. Little House has strong kung fu. Well, thank you. Bob is repeating himself a lot. He had a message, but he has delivered it. Well, you know, watch time is a big deal on YouTube. So the longer people watch the live feed, the more money you get. So, which is one of the disadvantages I have. I keep all my videos down to 7.5 minutes. Just to let everybody know, now that we're on the subject, I'm doing a little bit of a test. I got a video coming out in a couple days that's going to be 10 minutes long. I just want to see how it does. It's a question and answer video. So I just want to see if people are still going to watch a 10-minute video. I got a couple 8-minute videos. So I'm just doing some testing. So don't let everybody think that I'm just going to all of a sudden put out a bunch of 10-minute videos. I just want to see. I got to compete a little better against these other channels. I just do. I'm not competing. My videos are too short, and my message is completely different. So anyway, I'm just testing it. Bob is trying to increase his income with 6 digits. Social Blade had him at $11,000 a month. I missed it. Are you BLM right now, Rob? Yep, this is a BLM. And BLM is nothing like they say on the other channels. The M word. If you kill someone, you are a M word. Hello, wow, Lifey, love your videos. Well, thank you, Nancy. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I can't believe YouTube censorship. Well, it's actually, well, I don't know. I know a lot of people say it's YouTube censorship. A lot of it has to do with the advertisers. The advertisers bailed out, a year and a half ago now? They lost some big advertisers. And the advertiser says, we're not coming back until you restrict some of the content that you're providing. Yeah, Deb, you're right. Yep, the M word is just that. Count the thank of Curter and replace the C with a promote. I'm going to promote Little House, I promise. Well, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. 10 minutes, I'm out of here. Well, stick with me in one video. Well, thank you very much, Jamie. I do appreciate it. I'm just going to try. I got about 6 minutes left, and I don't need to jump off here. Who's this Bob dude? Really? Are you really asking that question? I like your channel because it's different. Well, thank you. It sounds like pigeons. Do you have pigeons there, or is it me? No, I don't have pigeons. Oh, my generator's running in the background. I think the reason they say 7 minutes is because young people can't focus that long. Well, yeah, I know that's the reason, but I just watched another YouTube expert, and he said when you have an established channel, do an experiment and make your videos a little longer. Especially if other videos in your genre are longer. And so all the videos in my genre is much, much, much longer. They're like 30 minutes long. So in order to compete, he says, in order to compete with them, I'm going to have to think about longer videos. So I'm not going to do a 30-minute video. I'm going to try 10 minutes and see what 10 minutes does. And if that works, then what my goal will be is 7.5 minutes to 10 minutes, somewhere in between there. And I'll never get past 10 minutes is what I'm kind of thinking. All right, well, let's see. I would definitely watch a Q&A video. You said BLM is different than what other channels say. Maybe the video on that. Yeah, I got a video coming out on that. No fences. My videos are always 10 days in delay to protect my, my safety best I can. Crane operators don't know you couldn't use that word. Yeah, I didn't either. Don't care if you go 12 minutes. I would. Well, thank you very much. Hey, Bill, good to see you. What'd you say? Hey, Rob, look different in the desert. Grow a beard. 7.5 to 10 would be good, especially to make the live feeds longer. 7 minutes is way too short. Well, you think so? People don't watch 7 minutes. The average watch duration time on my videos is about 5 minutes. So that's about as long as, on average, a person watches my videos. Which comes out to about 65% of the video. And so that's why I'm a little bit worried to make a 10-minute video. If they don't watch it, if they only watch 5 minutes of a 10-minute video, well, then my watch duration would be 50%. That would be terrible. I don't want a 50%. So if it doesn't work, and they still only watch 5 minutes, then I'll go back down to 7 minutes. They may be 30 minutes long, but some of us won't watch 30-minute videos. Yeah, but you can tell that you can tell based on their social blade numbers that people are watching 30-minute videos because they make a ton of money. Good evening and be safe. All right, yeah, I need to go. So this has been pretty fun. I can't seem to jump off of here. So, all right, so thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video, and happy travel. I'm no expert, but you'll see a growth if you just over 10 minutes plus my helping you. Well, thank you. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I hope so. I think most Nomad videos are more like travel videos than anything. BLM is not nearly as nice as National Forest. I agree, real life. It shows you've been on 56 minutes. Count Smacula says he watches all the videos, but yeah, they only watch about 5 minutes. Speaking for myself, I'll probably stick with a 30-minute video, but that's just me. I'm patient. Give a hook at the beginning to get them to the end. I would watch a 10-minute to 15-minute, but that would be my limit without skipping around. Good night, Harry. Good night, Yvonne. If you do a 10-minute video, I promise you'll do great. Thank you. I do. Yeah, I got one coming out in a couple days. All right. So anyway, talk to you next week.